Morning that our next guest was coming on the program, so I did a little bit of an experiment, and it's anecdotal, Emily, on my way into the office. How many of his trucks would I see between Brooklyn and Midtown? So I rode my bike, so I was above ground. So full disclosure, I was above ground the whole time. I saw 8 pink piece of cake moving and storage trucks. They're everywhere. They're all over the city.
That's got to be more than the Amazon trucks. I mean, I do see them everywhere. They're hard to miss.
Yeah, they're hard to miss.
They are huge and bright pink.
Voyo Popovic is the founder and CEO of Piece of Cake Moving and Storage. He joins us now from New York. Voyo, good to have you on the program. Full disclosure, didn't know you were coming on the show until this morning. I did use Piece of Cake Moving in our most recent move, so want to make sure I get that out there. You started this company with just a truck. Now you've got hundreds of them. You do $100 million a year in revenue. Give us your story because it's pretty cool.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an honor. Thank you for the nice introduction. And thank you for trusting us with your move, Tim. My story. So I moved to the United States at the age of 20. My first job was in McDonald's. After a few months, I changed the job. I picked up moving primarily for the reasons that I wanted to work longer hours and pretty much needed to make more money. And to be honest, there was nothing else for me to do, just being moved to the United States, but to work. As soon as I started doing moving, pretty much I fell in love with the job. I love that it's active, and I love that you move people's apartments. You actually get to meet a lot of people, and you get to see all these different lifestyles in New York City. I mean, it was truly a dream. Quickly, in a matter of a few years, I kind of climbed up the ladder. So I started as a helper, then I was a driver, a crew leader, then I did sales and office job in a moving company for a little while. And somewhere along the line, pretty much I figured and kind of noticed that the industry was very outdated. Everything from operational aspect to customer service to how we send emails to how we schedule the jobs to how we finish the jobs to how we do the jobs. So I always wanted to have a business, and that was kind of a perfect opportunity for me. So at the age of 24, in 2018, I launched Piece of Cake by purchasing one truck for $20,000. And 7 years on, now we have over 300 trucks. We employ about 800 people, and we move 100,000 families a year.
So we just showed some video for our YouTube audience, a piece of cake truck that says, making you smile. And I have to be honest, moving, especially in New York City, has got to be one of the worst. The worst thing ever. So how do you run this company and make people smile, essentially? How do you make it a seamless experience for your customers when they obviously go into this with just such a negative connotation of what the day of a move is going to look like?
Yes. So we hear that a lot, by the way. Moving is the worst. And I agree. Even when I move myself, having a move and have a moving company, it's actually still sucks a little bit. So pretty much we focus on, it sounds simple, but we do focus on customer journey, on customer experience, and we just do whatever we can to make that day a little less stressful, to make it enjoyable. So whatever we can. For example, in our training guide for our movers, we have a line that says, we're providing a Michelin star restaurant customer experience. So pretty much that's what we live by. We are movers, and typically people would expect, okay, movers will come, they'll say good morning, and they'll just move things. What we try to do is just add a little human touch to that. Our crew leaders and our movers, it's very important. Like, communication is one of the most important things in this job. So we put an emphasis on that. And from the moment you call, from the moment you get in touch, you'll get assigned a human being. So pretty much one of our agents who will be with you throughout the whole journey. So you always have someone, a live person who you can talk to, email to, text to, and pretty much we get all your questions answered. And what also we do to make it a little more say, enjoyable. So we call that internally, we call that matchmaking customer
Right.
and moving crew. So what we would do is, so during conversation, during scheduling a move, pretty much our agent would know to where in life is that person that is moving, our client. Okay, so they would know, say, customers getting divorced, like a couple is splitting up, customers are widow, and things like that. And then they would leave a note for our operation team, and then we would kind of try and match make the customer and a moving crew, and do our best to provide the best moving experience they ever had.
Voyo, I'm wondering about employees, where you get employees, and if they're full-time employees versus not necessarily gig workers, but like how they're compensated if they're just working for tips. How do you get your employees? Because I've talked to a lot of piece of cake moving company employees, because whenever I see them on our block, I go to see if it's the same crew that did our place. It's not ever the same crew. That's how many employees there are. But so many of them are from Montenegro. Talk to us about that process.
Yes, absolutely. So it's same as you grow your business, right? As you grow your customer funnel, that's how we see also our movers, right? So what we have to do is we have to make sure that their work experience at Piece of Cake is the best work experience they ever had. So, and when we do that, and when we did that, pretty much we never had an issue with hiring people or finding people. We never advertised, so pretty much it's all word of mouth, it's all referral. There's a lot of moving companies in the city. It's very competitive. So before the summer, we would receive tons of applications from movers, from people who pretty much have 3, 4, 5, 10 years of experience, and they would actually want to join Piece of Cake. So and that makes process for our HR much easier, because we actually get applicants and we don't ever advertise. So pretty much it's word of mouth.
Are they full-time employees or are they hourly? How does that work?
Some of them are full-time employees. Some of them are, we call that partner operator or contractors. So we have a mix.
How do you make it the best job ever when it's moving, which is really physically demanding? I mean, I think the crew that was with us, they were with us from like 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. all, barely taking breaks. It's literally backbreaking work.
Yeah. So I mean, if you talk to your crew, I'm sure they said they loved it. I'm pretty sure. So pretty much, I mean, job is a job. If you do it right, the way we see it, it's a lot of our guys are in sports, or they play sport in high school, or they play sports semi-professionally. So most of them, if you ask them what's number one thing that you love about your job, they will say being active. It lets me be active. It's so exciting. It's every day I meet a new person. So that's one aspect of it, of the job. The other aspect is energy between us, energy within the company. So pretty much, I'm proud that I would say all of our employees, all of our staff, they take ownership in this, and they will represent the company the way I would represent it, even better.
We only have a little bit of time, but we're Bloomberg. We got to ask about the business. $100 million a year in revenue at this point. What's the plan? Are you going to IPO? Are you going to sell? Very briefly.
Not planning to selling. We're also not discussing IPO. What we're planning to do is to grow the company to $500 million in revenue in the next 10 years. And we will do that by using the formula that we use so far, making customers happy, and also by investing in our people, growing our people, and by investing in technology.
Voyo Popovic, founder and CEO of Piece of Cake Moving and Storage, joining us from New York. Those pink trucks, you can't miss them.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, they are.
This is an example of taking a company in an industry that people associate with a bad thing and using a good name and a fun color
Hey, worked for me.
Make it a positive experience.